After the House of Lords made 20 amendments to the illegal migration bill, the government has come out with concessions to try and get the bill through Parliament as quickly as possible. I spoke to Londoners to hear their thoughts. The government has offered to limit the detention periods for unaccompanied children. It originally set 28 days, now it will set a maximum of 8 days.
They shouldn't be detained at all. I think you shouldn't detain children really, because you then become like the US and detaining children in prison, in cages, as it was during the crisis between the US and Mexico.
I think it's the right thing to do. I don't think they should be detaining kids. It should be for as short as time as possible. It doesn't make sense really for those kids to be held. You know, they should be going to school or doing things that kids should be doing.
I feel like 8 days for children is quite a lot, but still it should be raised a little bit, because if you really think about it, for the things that they're doing, 8 days isn't actually a big impact, and 8 days won't mean too much. It's only basically a week.
Currently, the government is spending £6 million per day to house 50,000 channel migrants in hotels. It's also spending an extra £500,000 per day on unused hotel beds, in case there is a sudden surge in migrants over the summer.
Well, I think if you look at the cost the government's spending in Rwanda, and the millions of pounds that has gone in Rwanda, and not one person has gone.
Well, they should do something about the homeless first. Deal with their own people first, and then deal with everyone else.
I don't think they should be kept in hotels, because in hotel rooms you do not have really cooking facilities. The washroom facilities are sometimes really bare, really non-existent. I think also what's happening is that by putting in hotels, minors especially are being vulnerable to gangs and being basically abducted, and thousands of them have disappeared over the past few months and years.
A report backed by a former cabinet minister suggests a Ukrainian refugee-style sponsorship scheme where British people could sponsor asylum seekers to stay in their homes. This has been put forward as a way to reduce hotel costs.
I think it is a good idea, but also you have to be careful, obviously, with legislation. For people who are going to apply for that, need a lot more safeguards in place.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I think it's a lot better use of the taxpayers' money. Probably a more effective use, more efficient.
Would you accept one of the channel migrants into your own home?
I would love to, but at this moment in time I probably wouldn't be able to because of how my house is. It's quite small, so. But it is a good idea if you have that space.
I think so, yes. Yeah.
Malcolm Hudson, NTD News, London.